Coach Ben here, bigbenchas.com. I just wanted to take you through a full workout today. This is a bench, squat, and deadlift workout where I'm doing all three movements. Right now I'm just pretty much trying to build up my raw strength and all the movements. Even though I'm mostly consider myself a bench-only lifter, I do still squat and deadlift. I feel that's very important. Plus I still have goals for those. Coming off a meet that didn't go so great. Lost a lot of weight for that meet, cut a lot of weight, cut 27 pounds that week to land at 198. Bombed out on bench. The bench shirt wasn't really fitting well, and I just couldn't come up with my opener. So kind of changes my plans for the year. Right now I'm just focusing on that raw strength. Actually doing a benching movement 5 times a week. Most benching movements I've done in a week. Really hammering the bench. I'm doing my squat and deadlift variations on the same day, just so I can focus more time on the bench. I'm not always pushing it, the intensity every day. For example, today, what you're seeing here is a 5x10 with the bamboo bar. Now, I really love the bamboo bar. I've been doing it pretty much every week since November of last year, 2015. So I've gotten pretty proficient at the bamboo bar. To the point where I'm really not having that much trouble with stability than I'd like. I really like to kind of push the stability a little more. But by the time I'm loading up these kettlebells, it's just becoming almost like a training effect because the kettlebells are getting so heavy. So I've gotten really proficient at the bamboo bar. I'll change up grips. You'll see me changing grips here. I start off with something close. I try to make the movement harder than it has to be, just trying to hold it at the top. For that extra stability, make sure I lock up the triceps, just get those kettlebells moving, taking my time with it. Great exercise, not only for shoulder stability, but as I've done in articles past and videos, the bamboo bar really allows you to start feeling your lats. It's kind of a tool actually for me when I'm not feeling like I'm getting into my lats well. I'll go over to the bamboo bar for a while, and I can tell when I'm not using my lats because those kettlebells really start to shake. When I lower this bar with my lats and have good control, I'm pretty in control of the bar here. It's not really shaking too much on me. You can see here I switched up my grip. I went a little wider, about an average grip, a little wide. And you'll see after this, I actually take a couple sets with a really wide quick style benching grip. I do have plans to compete again in November, bench only. I'm getting a new bench shirt, probably going to end up getting the Eagle Twin from Titan. I'm going to order that off Anderson Powerlifting soon. So that's a single ply shirt, great carryover, and I'm going to give it a shot. I really miss that single ply style of lifting. Really cuts you up, I feel. The single ply material. I miss that feeling of the shirt riding into your skin, that tight feeling. I haven't had a real tight shirt in a while since the Inzer Rage X. So I've never had a problem really touching in the past year almost. I really miss having that nice tight shirt feeling where it takes a while to get down there. It's really tough to touch chest. You get some real serious pop out of that. So I'm just getting excited about getting into a real tight bench shirt again, going back to the single ply for a while. I used to bench with this really wide grip when I was in my Inzer Rage X. Got a real good stretch out of it. So I'm just kind of taking a couple sets here with the bamboo bar just to build that up. I could feel a little weaker here with the stability out wide. So I really want to start building that up now so I can get used to it when I'm jumping in the new bench shirt. Again, bamboo bar, great tool to have. Definitely throw it into your training. I recommend everyone does this bar weekly, especially if you get a lot of shaking going on with just one kettlebell. This thing's really going to help you out tremendously. I've seen some lifters who are shaking all over the place with it. All right, now on to squats. Right now, what I did last week is I actually had that box flipped upside down there. So it was a higher box, and I was taking straight weight. My goal was just to kind of work into a wider stance. The nice thing about being a bench only guy for the most part is that I don't really have to kill myself on squats to try to hit a goal at a meet. I'm just kind of playing around with different goals on the squat. My last big goal was the 500 raw squat, no sleeves. I smoked that back in February, March, and since then, I did the multiply meet hit 680, which I was pretty happy about. Now I'm just I want to see where I can take my rap squat. So I hit that 500 rapless, I hit that 680 multiply. I really feel I can push a 600 rap squat. So that might be my next goal here. I want to see where I can take my rap squat. But right here, this week, I'm just working a little deeper into that wider stance. I eventually want to start squatting in the gear this way, widening out, getting a little more out of the suit, cutting the range of motion. You see most gear guys squatting like this. I just want to give it a shot, get more comfortable in a wider stance, build up some different muscle groups, really focus on the hamstrings and the glutes. Just doing a 5x5 each week. So I dropped the box this week to get more comfortable with a wide stance to depth. I'm only wearing the knee wraps just for safety. They're very loose. I just don't feel that comfortable bare knee going this wide. I like to have the little compression, and I don't have knee sleeves, so that's the only reason I'm wearing these knee wraps. I added the chains just so I can transition a little smoother with the low box. Last week I did 4 plates to high box, so I didn't want to go right to straight weight to a low box. So this is adding about 80 pounds at the top, so 325 on the bar, and so I'm looking at about 405 at the top here. Next week my plan is to go back to that low box and just straight weight. So I'm taking away the chains. I want to see what I can get straight weight to the box. I actually felt more comfortable as I went on in the sets. I believe the last set it was, set 4, actually felt like the best set. Just get more comfortable in that wider stance as I went on. I started loosening up a little bit. That kind of hip impingement feeling that I had going on kind of started going away. I started getting a little more comfortable with the squat, finding my groove. So I'm real happy with what I'm doing with the wide stance stuff right now. I'm using the duffel bar just so I don't have to crank in my shoulders real tough. Yeah, that one you just saw was actually the set that felt the best. I believe this is the last set, 5th set here. Just keeping up with the 5x5. I find usually that 5 rep range is really good for a balance between hypertrophy and maintaining that strength level, handling heavy weight. That's just what I'm doing, working down in boxes. Have the chains on this week. So I have no plans yet to do a meet where I do full power, but I really want to push that rap squat for fun and training, see what I can get out of this. Here I am doing what I call Hawthorne deads from Richard Hawthorne when he came in for a seminar. His deadlift style, he was, I wouldn't call it touch and go because he didn't really bounce the weights off the bottom. It was very controlled, just like you see me doing here. But he really took his time with it. He was really checking in with his body throughout the whole movement. And I tell you, these right here, these blow you up the next day. I have never felt my hamstrings and glutes deadlifting conventional. I've never experienced that. I've only felt like serious shitty pain in my back and my hips. But when I'm focusing on doing it this way, you can see I lean over quite a bit, but I'm really focusing in on my hamstrings and my glutes doing the work here. And I've never felt my hamstrings and glutes do the work like this on deadlift. So I'm telling you, this is soreness the next day. It's a great feeling. You just know when something clicks. This is an exercise that's going to help me tremendously. Not too much weight on the bar. I started 255, 275, and you see I end with 295. But I'm increasing it every week. I'm feeling more comfortable with it. Hammering my hamstrings and glutes. So that's really the goal with this. This is really going to help me, especially with bracing. You're almost doing an RDL coming down pretty much. So really love this exercise. I'm going to keep it rolling. So that's pretty much the workout. Doing my bench movement, my squat, and my deadlift. The rest of the week I mostly focus on upper body, benching a lot, going back to the overhead pressing, working on that raw strength. Begin November. So thanks for checking out the video. More content coming on YouTube, at Big Benchas on Instagram. Guys, please share the content. Subscribers are coming along, getting more subscribers. I'm real happy about that. I'm going to keep the content rolling for you, so keep sharing it. I really appreciate it. Keep liking everything, and I'll see you next video. Hope you enjoyed this full workout video.